This video will review how to find common denominators and add fractions. So because my two denominators here are 5 and 10, the smaller goes evenly into the bigger, making the bigger your common denominator. Ten was already 10, so this is 9, just like that was. I know that 5 times 2 is 10, so 4 times 2 is 8. Now that I have common denominators, I can simply add the numerators, and I know that 8 plus 9 is 17. However, 17 tenths is improper. So I have to divide the numerator by the denominator, and 10 goes into 17 one time, with 7 tenths left over. My final answer is 1 and 7 tenths. I would also make sure I don't have to reduce. If it were 8 tenths or 6 tenths, I would have to also reduce, but I do not. Now let's look at adding mixed numbers. I have to do the same thing with the denominators, and 3 and 4 have nothing in common. So when there's nothing in common, you multiply them. 3 times 4 is 12. Well, I know I did 4 times 3 to get to 12, so I have to do 3 times 3, and that's 9. I know I did 3 times 4 to get to 12, so I have to do 1 times 4, and that's 4. Adding my numerators, 4 plus 9 is 13 twelfths. Hold up, wait a minute. That is improper. Therefore, I have to do 13 divided by 12. 12 goes into 13 one time with 1/12 left over. Don't forget you have a 2 and a 5 sitting over here. So the 2 plus the 5 plus the 1 and 1/12 will give us 2 plus 5 is 7, plus 1 more is 8. So 8 and 1/12. Well, what about this problem, where your denominators do have Sneaky Devil in common? You're not just going to do 6 times 9, that's 54. That's much bigger than you need. You think, well, maybe you think 36, because 36 does have both 6 and 9 as factors. However, the fastest way to get the smallest or lowest common denominator is to do a division ladder. And the L, you multiply. You would figure out that 3 times 2 is 6, times 3 is 18, and your common denominator is much smaller than 36 and much smaller than 54. What do I do next? I figure out that what I did to the bottom, I have to also do to the top. What I did to the bottom, I have to also do to the top. Then I have to add my numerators, and I know 15 plus 8, I don't know. 15 plus 8, well, 8 and 5 is 13, so that's 23. 23 18ths. Uh-oh. That's improper. I have to make that mixed. 23 divided by 18, that would go in one time, with 5/18 left over. But I still have a 3 plus a 1 plus this 1 and 5/18. 5/18, I almost said 5/8. And so that's 1 plus 1 plus 3 is 5 and 5/18. 5/18 cannot be reduced. That's my final answer.